Okay, so I was just asking some of the girls just like a good topic or a good thing to go over. And a lot of girls were just kind of struggling with expanding their market and kind of like finding people outside of your little tiny bubble. Because like for me, my coach lives like 9 miles from me, and her coach lives like a couple of her coaches live within like 30-mile radius of each other. So it's like everybody like is on top of each other over here with this whole small town thing. And so expanding your market and getting out of like, you know, where you're at or whatever is key. So I just wanted to kind of just share with you and show you how I find my people, I guess, or just like a way to help you guys do the exact same thing. So I was actually just doing some research and stuff on Instagram. So I just kind of put it in a presentation for you guys. So okay, first things first, you have to figure out your actual lingo. So instead of saying, I'm up this morning drinking my Energize, you say, I don't know, whatever. I call it my juice is what I call it. Some people say like liquid crack. Some people say unicorn juice. Some people say like whatever it is. And the reason for that is because obviously like not everybody knows what Energize is. But like once you kind of have your own lingo and like how you talk about stuff, that's kind of like how you promote it to other people. So instead of saying like Morning Meltdown 100, like maybe you call it something else, or just like finding your own lingo of how you talk. And the way to find the people who kind of like speak the same way that you do is what I have been doing with hashtags. So first things first, what I want you to do is I want you to think about, and you can jot down a list if you want to, think about like 10 to 20 different things about yourself. Like what sets you apart from everyone else on this call. So mine are kind of generic for right now, but I did math teacher. I could have done secondary teacher, secondary math teacher, or something like that. I did doodle mom, I did thyroid warrior, Disney freak, small tattoos, Iowa, Midwest, anxiety, online shopper, homebody, boss lady, wonderlist. So those are just words that like describe me and who I am. But instead of just saying teacher, I said math teacher. You know, you can do secondary, whatever. If you're in college, so definitely, you know, college student, definitely look up, you know, if you're in Ames or whatever. So like Ames, Iowa State stuff, like, you know, just kind of get into where you're at. If you are obviously like a teacher somewhere, what kind of teacher, what do you like to teach? Just different things. So just like write down a list of like probably 10 to 20 different things. And then once you do that, what I'm going to have you do is go to your actual Instagram on your phone. So I'm going to give you like a couple minutes just to like write down 10 to 20 things that you can think of that kind of set you apart. Don't just put like coffee lover. Maybe you love like pumpkin spice latte. Maybe instead of just boy mom, it's toddler mom or something, you know, like just kind of like get in a little bit more like deeper. That kind of like sets you apart. So just jot down, whether it's on your phone or like a sticky note or whatever, just jot down like 10 to 20 things about you. And then I'm going to show you what to do with those. So I'm going to give you just a couple minutes, and I'll mute this because I think I just don't want to cover it apart. Okay. Obviously you'll have the recording too if you need to go back. What I want you to do is go grab your phone and go on your Instagram right now. And then what I'm going to have you do is at the top, or I guess at the bottom, it has like your search bar. So you're going to go ahead and go to that search bar. I'm just going to show you like what I did before. So I took math teacher for an example, and I went to the search bar and I typed in math teacher. And then if you click on the tags, that's going to show you your hashtags. So if you click on tags, it's going to come up with a lot of other hashtags and stuff. And so when I was looking through there, I found math teacher probs and secondary math teacher. So those are a couple of hashtags I can actually add to my posts. Maybe if I'm talking about like the business opportunity and how I went from teacher to, you know, stay at home, whatever, fitness coach and stuff. But basically you're going to take each of those words that you just came up with, put it in the search bar, and then you click the tags button at the top. And then you're going to just like, this is going to take a little bit of time outside of like your power hour and stuff, but like you can look through here. And when you're looking through hashtags, if they have more than 100,000 posts, like don't use that hashtag because it's oversaturated. So if they have 100,000 posts or less, that's a really good range to have. So as I'm scrolling through here, hashtag math teacher has 183. So I'm not going to use that because it's a little bit oversaturated. So like, let's just say I'm scrolling down. Let's see, hashtag math teacher, math S teacher, math teacher probs. Like there's just different ones that have so many posts and stuff. If your wording and stuff is too small, if you click on one, so if I clicked on hashtag math teacher at the top, it says related. And so then you can find other hashtags that are also related to that topic. So if I scroll and I find hashtag math problems. So if I'm looking through there and I look through the related, there's tons of other ones like math nerd, math memes, mathematics, math is fun, math class, like all of those things. So I can try to find some different hashtags. And then I'm just going to kind of create a list of those hashtags that work. And so what we're going to do with those hashtags is we're going to be putting them like just in like a note section on your phone, or I'm going to show you this new app that I downloaded. So I just want to give you two different options. But then every single time you get done with your post, what you're going to do is you're going to do like 5 dots in your text and then post your hashtags, or you can just put it in the comments. And I usually just put it in the comments, but it's totally up to you. I did some research today and it says that either way, it doesn't matter as long as you put like put it in the comments right away. It's just sometimes people will see your posts, like the wording, and then they'll see your hashtags right away. So if you put it in the comments with like the 5 dots, sometimes it, I don't know, just looks cleaner, I guess. So it's totally up to you. So as I was doing my research today, I came across this new app. It's called Smart Hash, and then it's free. So what I want you to do is grab your phone. I'm not sure for Android, I'm assuming it's free, but grab your phone and go to your app store and actually like download this app so we can like walk through it together. So it's a hashtag and it's just like a rainbow color. So just like what's on your screen. So it's just called Smart Hash, and then it'll pop up with like rainbow. And I'm literally about to like change your life. This was awesome. I can't believe I found this earlier. Okay, so as it's downloading, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in there and they will walk you through. They actually do like a tutorial of like how to run the app, but you basically can just search different hashtag sets and like, let's say, math teacher. And then this is a place where you can like save your hashtags and stuff. So if you're still downloading it, not a problem. But it's gonna ask you like, do you wanna do a hashtag thing for your first hashtags on your post? So a lot of you have them in the notes section on your phone. So like, here's my notes section. So the top one is my hashtags and stuff, and then the middle one I just added like my headbands and stuff to it. So normally what I do is I go to my notes, copy, paste, put it on my post. So what you can do is you can copy and paste it, and then when you put it into Smart Hash, they're gonna show you, like if you see some of these are yellow and some of these are like gray. The yellow ones are the ones that are like more active on my posts, and the gray ones are ones that aren't really getting a lot of engagement and stuff from my posts. And so this is something where you can do like a split test copy. So if you've ever been in school and you try an experiment with, having this as your controllable, and then you did a different experiment and changed the controllable, like the heat or the temperature or something like that. So it's called split testing. So you're just like trying different things to see what works. The split test for your Smart Hash app is the exact same thing. So you can add up to like 30 different hashtags in there. And I would literally use all 30 of them. After doing research today, there is no like thing if you use 29 versus like 27, but if Instagram's going to give you 30 hashtags, use all 30 of them, because it's just another place to get your stuff out there, if that makes sense. So okay, with that, so if you use your split testing, basically all you have to do is just like copy and paste it, and then it will show you like red, yellow, and gray. So red is really good, orange and whatever is okay, the yellow is like mediocre, and then the gray is like it's not really getting any engagement from your posts and stuff. So it's just kind of a way to help you gauge what hashtags are working well for your posts. So if you want to like add different ones, if you want to, put your different hash sets in there, there's a plus sign at the top, and then it just says new hash set. And then it just says like label it basically. And then basically you're just going to paste all of your hashtags there, and then they will run like the split test copy for you. And then you just copy and paste it and put it in your Instagram. The reason I'm showing that to you is if you go to your Instagram page right now and find a post where, if you have like a business profile, obviously. So like here's a post of Remy and I. So underneath of my picture, it says view insights. So if you click on the blue button that says view insights, it'll say post insights underneath. And that shows you that, okay, I got 95 double taps. I got 3 comments. 0 people shared it to their story, and I had 1 person who saved it, which is kind of creepy. I don't know who that is. Someone saved it, whatever. But then if you scroll up on it, it shows you everything of your insights. So here's my picture. If you scroll up, it shows you all of your insights. So if you scroll up, I got 35 profile visits just from using like that, from them seeing it. 35 people went to my page from that. I reached almost 1,200 people from that post. It also tells me that 35 people took action from the post. Okay. And that just means they went to my actual profile. And then if you keep scrolling down, I got a new follower from posting that picture. So it says follows 1. I got a new follower from posting that picture. It tells you how many people reach it, and then it tells you your impressions, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that. So the reason the first part of your posts are so important is when you're on Instagram, if you stop your scroll, whether you're like looking at your phone or you're like scrolling, you stop and do something and come back, that's actually an impression. So however long you are on the post itself, that's considered an impression. So you want people to stop and look at your actual picture, and you want people to also read your text, if that makes sense. So that's why you kind of want to like draw them in with your first couple of sentences and with your picture, if that makes sense. And those are impressions. And then it just shows you from the homepage, from hashtags, that 14 people saw that picture from my hashtags I used. I don't even, like I'm getting it out there. I got it out to 14 more people than I would because I used my hashtags. And then obviously you have the option to promote it if it's doing really well for you. So the reason to use hashtags is if you go to your homepage and you click the magnifying glass, this is called your Explorers page. So when you are scrolling through your Explorers page, these are posts that Instagram thinks you're interested in. So a lot of mine are fitness, weird, workout clothes, weird. And actually there's lots of like babies on here because I love people's baby pictures. I love looking at them. They're so cute. I have small tattoos on here. I wonder why, so that's the hashtag I'm using. Lots of nail pictures because I always post about that. So like tattoos, traveling, workouts, all that stuff. Like my newsfeed would not be full of like, I don't know, probably not a lot of makeup because I just don't ever really like talk about it, post about it, engage with it, whatever. But since I engage with a lot of traveling, wardrobes, like Amazon, those kinds of things. So the reason you want to use hashtags is because if it gets a lot of engagement, it actually shows up on the Explorers page, which is cool. And that's obviously where you get random people to come to your page. So what I am going to like challenge you to do is when you have your time, come up with your 30 hashtags and actually think about doing 2 sets. Think about having a set of hashtags for your business, your coaching posts. You know, so maybe use like mindset, mentoring ones, inspiring, community, support, team, like look up those hashtags and see if there's some in there that like kind of go with that. And then I would find a set of hashtags to use for fitness. So that's where you can, you know, look up your at-home workouts. You can look up sweat sesh, like those kinds of things, and try to grab those people. So what I'm going to do for my, and I have to do this too. So for my business ones, you guys, like what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up or use words of like my dream coach. You know, like self-starter, motivated, entrepreneur, like I'm going to use words like that. And then for my fitness, I'm probably going to dive into anxiety, depression, thyroid, like those kinds of things, if that makes sense. Because your fitness people can turn into your coaches, you guys, but you don't want to go out there and search for somebody who is lost, broken, hates themselves, like cries all the time. Like they're not ready to coach, if that makes sense. So when you're creating your coaching hashtags, maybe that's where it's like mom boss or, you know, whatever else like describes you as an entrepreneur. So just making up 2 sets of them, and then you can just copy and paste it into Smart Hash. And the reason I'm having you do that, and they will show you this on the video once you download the app, you can set a prefix, so the 5 dots, and then it will automatically upload all of your hashtags for you. So once you download the app, once you are figuring out your hashtags and whatnot, in the top right-hand corner, it has settings. And then if you go through there, it says edit prefix to copied hashtags. And then that's what this 5 post 5 dot thing is. So if I click that, I can type in anything I want. And then every time I type that on Instagram, my hashtags will upload automatically. So I could use like, I don't know, I could use a swear word if I wanted to, or just something that you don't always like put into a message, if that makes sense. So if you want, you could do just like 3 stars or something like that. Or, you know, they just had said to put like the 5 dots, and then it will automatically upload your hashtags. So the Smart Hash is basically a place to hold your hashtags and a place to tell you what's working and what's not working. And when you do the split test copy, they actually throw in some random hashtags for you to try that go along with your market. So it's just something you kind of want to play with. And I do have a couple of like tutorials and stuff, like videos that I will show you for Smart Hash, because that's literally what I've been doing for the last like 2 hours. I've just been like trying to learn as much as I possibly can. And then they actually recommend you trying to add and take away things every month from your hashtags, because your life changes every month. You know, so like maybe this summer when we were going to Summit, I was looking up Indianapolis. I was looking up coaching networking. I was looking up things over there. And then now obviously like I'm going to be going to Arizona. So like I should be using all those hashtags, like just trying to find different things. When we go to Disney, like I need to change my hashtags to go kind of like with where I'm going. So your hashtags kind of want to change as your life changes. So if you're pregnant or going to be pregnant, or you're having a baby or had a baby, like all of those like 22 weeks and whatever else, like those are great hashtags to use. If you have kids who are in college, like using those hashtags are awesome, because you're going to find other moms who have kids that are in college, if that makes sense. So that is Smart Hash. So download the app, mess around with it. I will post some videos just to help kind of walk through it. But you guys, like, it's so awesome because you can literally just type like 3 words and then all of your hashtags upload for you. And then the reason I'm showing you this app is because it's going to get you out there to actually look up your hashtags. And you guys want to know, like, where do I find more people? You're going to find more people by looking up hashtags and like searching outside of your world, if that makes sense. Okay, so part of connecting, part of having more people is growing your network. Okay, so if you want to grow it organically, hashtags is a great way to do that. So you just literally go to a hashtag like math teacher, and I go through and I just creep and I try to find 5 good quality people that are not Beachbody coaches from that hashtag. Then I go to the next one. Okay, you literally should be doing this like on a day-to-day basis, or even like every other day. Like, you really should be doing this quite often. This is a great thing if you have like a younger sister or like younger kids, like pay them $5 a week to like go through and follow people that describe you or whatever. This was something I was gonna make my sister do, because like she knows who I am, and she probably has an extra 30 minutes a day that she can make, $10 or whatever and stuff, and just do that for me. But what I've been doing is searching lots of teacher hashtags, because that's just kind of like my market where I relate, because I'm not a mom yet. Like, we don't have kids. Like, I'm not like a newlywed. I'm not just graduated. So I'm kind of in that like weird phase of life. So I've just been clinging it more to like my teaching part. And then basically you want to try to go to their pages and find people. You can follow them, or B, what I would recommend is just go and like on a couple of their things and comment, and then go back from it. Because if you have way more followers than you do who's actually following you, it, like, I don't know, just looks like you just follow a bunch of random people. So what they recommend is find a hashtag you like, find good quality people, go to their feed and just maybe like on 3 things, comment on a couple of them, and then let it be that. They said that you don't actually have to follow them, because then they're going to get a message that says, Karina just liked this picture. Karina just liked this picture. And the girl's going to go to Karina's page. And then if she follows Karina, then that's Karina's choice to follow her back, if that makes sense. So hashtags are a great place, you guys, to expand your network, find your people. Obviously, organically, it takes a lot longer than like if, I don't know, you have like a guru or whatever, you have all the algorithms and all that stuff. So just let it work. Another thing, this app, I'm going to show it to you. It is 99 cents. So if you like aren't comfortable with purchasing it, you don't have to. But it's freaking phenomenal. So I showed you guys my system of messaging people, and I have it saved in my drafts on my emails and stuff. So basically what this is, if I click on it, it's purple. It's called Ditto Keyboard, Ditto Keyboard. It's 99 cents if you're comfortable paying for it. I promise you it'll save your life. But if I click it, let's say I'm talking to Amber, and she's asking me about my virtual fit gym, okay? And I have my 4-step process of like what I want to say to her and all that stuff. She's like, hey, tell me more about your boot camp. So if I open this up, I have, it's hard to see, sorry. I have all my scripts in there. Do you see that? It says virtual fit gym. And then all I did was copied it and I pasted it in here so I have it. So all I have to do is click on it, and it's right there. And so all I have to do is copy and paste the message to her. So it's kind of like a notebook on steroids, I guess, if that makes sense. And so I have, you can put your hashtags in here too, by the way. So you can like save your hashtags and just copy paste if you don't want to use the app I just showed you. But for an example, let's say Karina is signing up, and I'm going to start talking to her about the bundles. So she took the quiz for 6 weeks of work, and then I have my wording right there. I'm just going to copy it and paste it to her. So I'm just going to say, hey, here's all the bundles. You'll see what you got, blah, 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 all that stuff. So I literally just copy and paste it. So it's like notebook on steroids. And then let's say we're going to the part where we're talking about customer versus coach. I click on it. It says all of the stuff I would send. Copy it, paste it to her. And that's I'm setting your link up right now for the discount coach option, VIP and whatnot. So right now I have business opportunities. So if someone talks to me about coaching, I'm just like, hey, I'm so excited you're, interested in coaching. I have the Beachbody income disclaimer because I think that's good to have just so you can quick copy paste it. So if you click on it, it opens up and you just copy it and paste it to the person. So it's like having all of your wording and all that stuff like right here labeled in categories. So like Skylar had said that with her photos, she has them in albums like fitness, coaching, maybe like life or baby or whatever. So when she's sending something to someone, she can just go to the album, click fitness, send them the bundle, if that makes sense. So it's just like that organization for photos, but this is for your conversations and like your quick replies and stuff. So if you want to mess around with that, you can. It's 99 cents, but you guys, like I've already used it 6 times and I just downloaded it at like 6:30 today. It's just like I showed you guys with my email. And actually, let me show you that right now. So you guys are like, have any idea what I'm talking about. Oh gosh, there's stuff in the chat. I'm so sorry. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Okay, so here's my email. So this is something, if you go to my drafts, this is where I save all of my conversations, all of like my wording for all of that stuff. So if you go to drafts, load please. Oh, it's loading. I wonder if I can check the chat while I'm waiting. What's the app called again? Smart Hash, yes. And then the other one is Ditto, D-I-T-T-O, keyboard. Okay, so these are all labeled. Do you see how it says 6 weeks of work, coaches start here, welcome to Empower Dynasty, after the quiz, morning meltdown 100 quiz. Like this is where I organize all of my conversations. So let's say Amber's like, hey, I'm interested in morning meltdown 100. Okay, cool. I'm gonna click on this part. I'm gonna send her the morning meltdown 100 quiz. Okay, so if I click on this, it'll open up and it has the quiz. Copy it, paste it, send it to Amber, add some wording with it. It's the exact same thing, except for it's on your phone. Instead of having to open Gmail, open your drafts, copy, paste, it's just on this like Ditto keyboard, copy, paste, send. That makes sense. So let's say for an example, somebody's interested in challenge group details. Okay, so I have, oh, that's like an email. 1 second. Okay, so boot camp. Someone's interested in my boot camp. So normally what I do is I go to Gmail, I go to drafts, I open this, I copy it, I paste it, I send it to the girl, okay? All I did was take this little wording, I copied it, and I pasted it in here. So now on my Ditto keyboard, I have, I open up my app, and then I click on it. So 2 clicks versus 6. That makes sense. So it's like just like this, but on your phone, not in your email, if that makes sense. So it just makes it way faster. Okay, so I shared a graphic with you guys a while ago. It was like a 4-step process. It's white and it has like a beginning conversation, then an arrow, second conversation, arrow, third conversation. If you literally type those out and save them in this thing, you have it. So all you have to do is copy paste, add a little bit to the front and the back if you want to, send it to people. So then you don't have to sit there and constantly type the same thing out over and over and over again. You just copy paste it. So hopefully that app is something that you take a look at because I promise you it's awesome and I literally just downloaded it a couple of hours ago. The last couple of things is something I want us to set up, and I'm just going to open a Google Doc, is I want to get people in an engagement pod. So what that means is when I post, I go to the like Facebook pod or whatever, and I just say, hey, I posted on Instagram. So then the people in my pod go to my picture, comment, and like on it. Okay, so the thing with the pods is you have to have less than 10 people, otherwise it's going to take you way too long. And that's all you're going to be doing is liking, commenting on other people's stuff and not working your business. That's what makes me nervous. So If we want, we can just do 5 people in a pod. Obviously it's free, you guys. Like, you just literally are like in this little tiny pod, and you just say like, hey, just post it on Instagram. And then your people in your pod try to go and like and comment on your picture as quickly as they can. So if you are somebody who works nights, obviously pair up with someone else, you know, who works nights. If you're someone who's home during the day or whatever, has a little bit more flexible schedule, pair up. It does not matter who you are or who you're commenting on and stuff. It just really helps the engagement on your posts. So, and then another thing that they were talking about is is your locations. So when you are posting on Instagram, use locations. Okay, so I use Hartley quite a bit, and then I found I use Lamar's, like, because I'm from Lamar's. If I'm going somewhere, I'll put Scottsdale, Arizona in there. If I'm going to Disney, or if I'm talking about Disney, or I'm interested in meeting people in Northwest Iowa, maybe I'll put like Sheldon one day and Lamar's and like just all these little like places where I'm at. So that's something that you can do for location. Or you guys, like if you have a gym where you're at, like an Anytime Fitness, it doesn't matter. Like you can still like look up that location, and you can find people who like to go to the gym. Like that doesn't mean that they're going to join you, but it's just at least somebody who you have something in common with. You know, your favorite restaurants. So maybe you go and you look up 5 of your favorite restaurants within a 30-40 mile radius, and you just see who's tagging themselves there. Something I thought of was Sioux City. So Marshall's, Target, like Hobby Lobby. Go and search that store, like Sioux City's Hobby Lobby, find people who are tagging stuff from Sioux City Hobby Lobby, and like go like and comment on their stuff and engage with their stuff, because they're probably your person if they're like stopping and going to your own store. And then obviously you guys probably know this, but when you are posting on Instagram, when you put up a new post, okay, it'll ask you to tag people, and it'll ask you to put a location. Always, always, always put a location. And then if you tag, if you click on the picture, I don't know if you saw that, like see the black things that are popping up, the little wording, if you tag the picture. So what I do, you guys, is like I will tag, so the picture I just posted of me and Remy, I tagged Target, I tagged Target Style, I could tag Teacher Target, like all of that stuff, because that's where I got my shirt from. I could tag his collar because it's blueberry. I could tag the resort that they just went to. I could tag the pillow that's behind me from Hobby Lobby. Like tag the stuff that's in your pictures, okay? So look at your Instagram, and you can even go back and do it, obviously. If you have a headband from somewhere, tag them. If you have workout clothes from somewhere, tag them, because it's just more, you're more willing or getting it more on your page. Okay, then this is kind of the last part, and then I'll stop talking. But you asked how to engage, how to kind of grow that following to find more people. It does take time. So like, let's say for an example, you do a little bit Monday through Sunday, you're going to have more success than if you do a whole crap load on Monday and then don't do it again until Saturday. So honestly, you guys, like take anywhere between 5 minutes and 35 minutes, like a day, and just start doing something with it. Okay. So this is the same thing with consistency. Maybe you add it to your power hour, whatever you want to do. So my 10-10-2-20 is I try to send out 10 invites to my challenge group every single day. I try to send out 10 coaching invites, or like, hey, are you interested in what I do? Or talking to a potential coach, or, you know, those kinds of things. I'm not going to just send out random coaching messages to people, but if it's like my dream girl, like maybe I will, if that makes sense. I post 2 times a day on social media, in the morning, at night, and I try to make 20 connections, which means I go to a hashtag, I find a girl, I like and comment on her stuff. I go to another hashtag, I find a girl, like and comment on her stuff. 20 connections. That's 20 different people, okay? Because then when they open their phone, they're like, oh, who is this? They go to your page. Maybe they'll follow you. Maybe they'll like stuff back. That is my thing for Instagram, okay? So I just put 20 to 30 minutes, whatever you want to do. Search, look, find them, like and comment on their stuff. Go to the next person. If you want to track them, you totally can. If you don't want to track them, like, I mean, I don't really think it's going to change that much if you track or not track. On Facebook, since I'm still on Facebook, I use Facebook groups. I get added into so many of the like Zaya groups. Their workout clothes are expensive, you guys. Like people are willing to pay for those. They're willing to pay for their fitness. The LipSense, it's not necessarily like super expensive, but like if people are willing to pay money to wear lipstick, like probably more willing to pay money to invest in themselves. Don't use like swap groups. Obviously, we talked about that before. Friends of friends. Okay, so like I went to my sister's page and I like added a bunch of her people. I went to my mom's page and I added a bunch of people from my mom's page who my mom said they might be interested. I did not, though, go to Tristan's page and add all Tristan's friends, and Karina's page and add all Karina's friends, and Cassie's and add all her friends. Why the heck would I do that? Like, if they're a coach and they're doing their job, like those people probably already know, like, and trust all of those people. It's just a waste of your time. So if you are from a small town, yes, you're going to have people who like, carry over, if that makes sense. But I mean, yeah. Just kind of lead with caution. If it's like somebody's sister, like maybe don't invite them, maybe like talk to the coach and be like, hey, did you invite your sister? But I just don't add a bunch of people who have coach friends. And actually I don't have a lot of coaches on Facebook either because I just don't like to like overlap stuff. Do not, and I repeat, do not send random messages to people. If you add them on Facebook, cool, go like and comment on their page. Do not send them a weird message that's like, hey sister, just added you on Facebook, how was your day? Like, don't do that. That's not the company that you are. Okay, add them on Facebook. If they add you back, go to their page, like and comment. That's all you need to do. Ask questions. Where did you get this dress? Oh my gosh, this is the cutest picture ever. Where did you get those shoes? Ask them questions, okay? Once you're scrolling your newsfeed, if you find yourself stopping on your newsfeed, I always write those people's names down. Sounds really weird, but like, why am I stopping on their page? Because I'm like attracted to their posts. And then I go and I like creep, I comment, and I'm eventually going to just be like, frick it, I'm going to go and message them and ask them to be a coach because they're my dream person. And then obviously like other ways to grow your network, you can run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, just to get your name and pictures and stuff out there. You can do giveaways and say like, tag 3 people and I'll give away like this and that. You can do posts where you're tagging your teammates. You can tag your spouse. So then it goes on their page and your page. You can tag a best friend, just different things to get your pictures and stuff out there. Okay. So like I said before, you guys, like this stuff does not happen overnight, obviously. And yeah, I just want to give you just different ways to expand your market, just because I understand like, some of you have been coaching for a while and you just want new, fresh people. So I would take some time, find your hashtags, try to create 2 sets of hashtags, one for posting about the business and one for posting about the coaching opportunity challenge group, and have those 2 sets of hashtags and use them on your pictures every single time. And then just remember to grow your account organically. You have to go and do some work. Like you have to go like and comment. People aren't just going to flock to you. It'd be awesome, but we'd all be out of a job. So I'm going to set up some engagement pods and I'm going to post, and then I'll just have people drop it if they're interested. Basically you don't chat, you don't talk. You basically just say, I just posted on Instagram, and like you share all of your Instagram handles and stuff, and then they just go like and comment on it. That's all they do. And then you do it vice versa for your people. So I think if we keep them to 5 people, that's probably a good thing. And we can try to match up schedules and lives and things like that. So if there's like moms and stuff, we can do that, that kind of thing. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, sorry, I talked a little long. Does anybody have any questions or anything? I thought I saw Kels. There she is. Kels, I know that you asked about like growing your network and stuff. If you consistently do a little bit of this, it'll help you a lot, especially since you're a mom. Tons of hashtags, like think outside the box kind of thing. And then using 30 hashtags, try to like change them up. And then they said that every month, you should change up something, I guess. I don't know. So I'm going to be working on my hashtags for my boot camp and my hashtags for coaching. And so coaching, if you're a mom, put that stuff in there. You know, if you're a college grad or if you're in college or whatever it is, put that stuff in there because those are your people you're looking for. Boot camps, same thing. Like, you know, if you're a mom, you want that part in your boot camp and stuff. But there's just lots of different hashtags. Just make sure you creep on them first because some of them are like really weird, really weird hashtags. Like people pop up and you're like, oh, that's definitely not what I wanted, especially when you're searching for tattoos. So please be careful of those. But anyway, hopefully this helps. I will share the pages and stuff and the step-by-steps and the how-tos on the apps I showed you on. But honestly, just messing with it and trying. It is something a little outside of your power hour. I would definitely set a timer because you can totally fall into like a rabbit hole. But this is something that I do when Aaron and I are sitting watching the football game. I'm like, do you care if I just like search hashtags and stuff? Because men want you sitting by them. They don't care half the time like what you're doing. They just want you like there. And so I always just ask. I'm like, hey, do you care if I like search hashtags while you're watching football? And he's usually like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay, sounds good. But I always ask, like, don't just like assume. If you're in the tub and you're not going to drop your phone, that might be something that you take the time to do that, you know, or whatever it is. So just kind of doing it consistently. Maybe you just start out with 5 a day. Search, like, I'm just going to start small until I get used to it. That's going to help grow your account for sure and help you find new people, if that makes sense. So, okay. You guys have any questions or anything? I know I went a little long.